Hey, it's Jessie from Squeegee & Ink, and in this video I'm going to show you how we collaborate with artists all the way through how to merchandise for retail. I'm going to show you how we make professional mock-ups, how we use dual branding, and how we screen print and do the merchandising for our retail space. The artist we chose to work with in this collaboration is called Matt Potts. We've known him for years, we've worked with him a little bit, and he knows the Blind Maggot brand already. And we thought he was a really good choice for one of our artist spotlights. As soon as we'd given him a loose brief, we really just wanted him to run with it because we already know his artwork is really great. So once he'd given us some designs, then we picked a couple of the designs that we thought would work really well in the context of being a t-shirt. He picked his own shirt. It had to be like one of the Stanley Seller garments, just so it's like organic cotton and all that type of thing. But he picked his own fit. So he did the Freestyler, which is a really nice heavyweight, and he went for natural raw, which is one of my favorites anyway. It's very easy to print on because he's just going to do a single colour as well. It's a 240 GSM, so it's a nice heavyweight design, and it kind of goes with the type of artwork that he produces as well. It's this kind of like grungy look. So that's really awesome choice. Once he'd picked his shirt, given us the design, he already made it in vectors, so it's really easy. Then we produced a document of all the things and ways that we're going to use his artwork in the context of being t-shirts and beanies and things. So this is really important to do to make sure that both of our expectations are the same. So even down to sizing, making sure that we're using his artwork in the right way. So for example, Matt gave us this back design and he explained it as this skull, and then if you look at, there's a little detail of a maggot in the eye socket, which is really clever. So it brings the blind maggot back into the design in a quite a subtle way. And then the eyeball's rolled out and it's gone into the front left chest kind of location. We thought that was really clever. And then to bring back the fact that it's a blind maggot t-shirt, we wanted to do it in a subtle way. We're just sewing in our label at the bottom, and we've kind of got a dual branded neck label that we're going to put in as well. In this document, it doesn't just talk about how the t-shirts and beanies are going to look, it also does how the stickers are going to be, but more importantly is how we're going to merchandise it in the shop. So we need to think about how we're going to display the garments so they're really shoppable, but this whole area looks like a real important piece in the shop. So therefore we have to design signage, we have a little TV screen, so you need to know what to display on there. And it just helps the artists see how their designs are going to come into real life. We did all of this on Illustrator because they've got some really good mock-up tools. In particular, there's this new one and it's literally called Mock-up. I'm going to hop on the computer and show you how easy this is and how you should be using it too. I already have my vector mocked up on a flat beanie over here, which was literally just dragging it over and overlaying it. However, when you have modelled photos, you're going to have to compensate for these kind of extra curves. So all I have to do when I'm using the latest version of Illustrator is use their new mock-up tool. So I just grab my vector, make it roughly the size that I anticipate it to be. I could even put in the angle that I think is going to be needed. Then all I do is select the photo and the vector at the same time and go to Object, Mock-up Beta, Make. This starts to make the mesh, and then I can go ahead and just do any little tweaks in the locating of the vector onto the beanie. So here it's kind of distorted it because he's leaning his head back, so it's kind of made this kind of bit of perspective on the hat. So I can go here and I can just make it a little bit higher. I can just see what it looks like as it curves round his head. I can twist that if I need to, and it'll start to disappear around the side of his head. If I get it in the center again, I'll twist it to the right orientation, and I'm going to leave it there. It just means that it's more realistic. It's incredibly easy to do. I'm going to do it the female version as well, again, just to show you if there's any differences. Lay it on top, select both, go Object, Mock-up, Beta, Make. The beta just means they're testing the software. then I can zoom in, and again, it doesn't look like it's doing anything here because she's face on. However, when you twist it round, it starts to compensate for this curve in her head. And it's just a really cool little feature. I'm going to do a little bit of a twist, and hers is really super easy, like that. If you want to use Illustrator as well for the things that you're designing and mocking up, then we've put a link in the description below which should get you some money off with Adobe. These are our inside neck labels. I know I've shown you these lots of times, but these are our ultra color transfers. We've mentioned these in lots of videos. We're also going to use the Stools Auto Open Hottronics press with the 10x10 lower platen, which makes it really easy to apply the neck labels. A quick tip is that we always apply our neck labels before doing the screen printing element. This is because if you're screen printing a large back design, you don't want to heat press a little square into the back of your artwork once it's printed. These particular neck logos are dual branded, which means that we've got ours and their logos all on the same one. For us, what we wanted to put on a sheet like this, our normal logos alongside the dual branded ones. These are just normal ultra colors and A3 ones. However, if you're doing a job where you just need special logos where they're all the same, the best option for that is to use the Ultra Color Max sheet, because you get a 55 by 55 centimeter sheet, and if you use our discount code on the Stools website, it's only £27.55, which is quite a reasonable cost for doing all of these neck labels in the easiest way possible. Our discount code is Squeegee, and you can put that in at checkout. I've already coated my screens and they're all dry in the rack. I've got my films printed, and now it's really important to cross-reference my films against the approved template that I sent to the artist. Something I do to make sure the image is going to be correct is I print these crosshairs, these registration marks, even if it's a single colour image. This is because if you get a design like this eyeball, it's really easy to accidentally twist the design when you're exposing it. So that might make it point in the wrong direction, then it won't line up with what the artist gave us. So I have that, and then when I'm exposing my screen, I've got my regular template, and they match up with the crosshairs that are printed on the film. using pure black Plasol ink with a 55T mesh, and we're curing it 165 degrees in the tunnel dryer. We get all of our consumables like inks, screens, spatulas, squeegees from Screen Print World in the UK, and we use our discount code, which is CRP5. The good thing is you can also use the CRP5 discount code if you're in Canada by going on the RB Digital site and using it on their website as well to get money off your consumables, whether you're in Canada or the UK. We asked Matt to introduce himself and talk to us about what it's like to be an artist. He said, "I'm a graphic designer and illustrator with a macabre sense of humour. I've always had a chronic creative itch I've needed to scratch, but unfortunately I can't always sneak eyeballs and severed fingers into my day job. So I draw weird stuff for myself in the pursuit of creative fulfillment." We asked him about how his style blends elements of graphic design and iconography and traditional tattoo culture, and what his biggest influences were for his work. He said, "When I first fired up Tony Hawk's Pro Skater on the PS1 and a little eyeball bounced across the screen and then got impaled by a spear, I thought it was the coolest thing I'd ever seen. Since then, I've had a morbid curiosity and a dark sense of humour that I like to inject into my work. Traditional tattooing is by far my biggest influence. I love its simplicity and beefy line work, anatomical inaccuracies, lack of a realistic light source, and I just don't think I'll ever get bored of seeing skulls, snakes and panthers." We also asked him about the Bonehead collection specifically, and he said, "What's cooler than a skull? That's right, nothing. I wanted to design something unique for Blind Maggot, inspired by the awesome brand name, and I wanted to find a way to combine an eyeball, maggot and a skull. I hope this chap is dark and humorous in equal measure, and people get as much enjoyment from it as I had designing it." These t-shirts are in a limited edition run of 50, which means that I'm done with these screens, and because of their limited edition status, it's important to get the screens reclaimed so that I don't print any more, and the customer knows that as well. So I am going to strip the Plasol ink off now and get them in the dip tank ready for my next print run. We not only screen printed the t-shirts for this collaboration, we also embroidered some beanies and printed some stickers. And it's really important for us to focus on how we're going to do dual branding across all these different things. So a really easy way for us to do it is on the back of the beanies, we sewed in our own logo label. We did that with the t-shirts as well. And also on all the different stickers that we give away in the shop that are to do with mat pots, we've also added our own tag for Instagram and our website. Talking about stickers, we print these in-house on the BN20, but if you don't have your own printer, you can use Sticker Mule, and you can get £8 off if you click in the link in the description to get some stickers for your branding. These are two things that are part of our display. This one's a coffin, and then we have a top sign. Making the t-shirts is actually only a small part of the story. We need to market them, merchandise them, and then finally sell them. That's why when we're working in collaboration with artists, we really focus and call this collaboration an artist spotlight. That way we're tying together the signage that we've made. We're going to put some floor stickers down to also segment that part of the shop. We're going to have the feature TV display and then pull together our marketing behind it as well on the back end to really sell and promote this artist and make them the focus of the shop in that time period. Everything has come together according to the original plan. So we've got the signage made out of the plywood, and that really ties in with all the other wood that we've used around the shop, and that brings in that same aesthetic. And we've just hidden how these are being attached, which I think works really well as well. And the floor vinyl and everything has come together really nicely according to the plan. If you're wondering where we got this scaffolding, it's from the metal store again. And again, it just ties in, flows into what we're doing on the market store and just makes us look really cohesive as a shop. If you wanted to purchase one of these t-shirts, they are in limited edition, but you can get them from blindmaggot.co.uk. They're £25 or 2 for £40. And please make sure to check out Matt Potts and all his other work on his social media. And obviously, please, we'd love if you could subscribe to the channel, give us a like, share this video with some friends who are also starting streetwear brands and would love this kind of information.